Hello, everyone. I hope you're all doing well today. It is Apex Trades here coming at you with another market sector review. So today was a really good day in the market for a lot of individual names. Most of the broader markets formed inside bars, but had good bounces after the brutal sell-off that took place yesterday. A lot of individual names, some off the top of my head, FUTU. We can actually look at a couple here. Uber had a good day. Dick's Sporting Goods had a good day. Well, a lot of good names. The marijuana sector looks red hot. If you're following my Twitter, you know firsthand that I've been a big fan of a couple of the marijuana sector names as they look poised for a strong breakout. Nonetheless, looking at SPY here. So again, like I said, it formed inside bar day. So what we do is we look at the high or the low to break in the coming days to determine directional sentiment. So if the high breaks, the directional sentiment is short-term bullish and the low short-term bearish. So the high today, 372.5, and the low at 368.05 are on watch starting tomorrow. The bulls need to break that 378.46 level, and I am counting yesterday's low at 364.82 as the pivot low. However, the main one that I care about is at 362.03. But the bulls have a nice little pocket of support here to defend any bullish attempt. So we're not clear out of the woods yet for any bearish sentiment. It was a great day. A lot of good bounces took place. However, it is an inside bar that could still roll over bearish. So we got to keep caution. This is not a time just to keep buying up stocks. But good bounce overall. If you look on the futures chart, S&P 500 futures, so we got that big dump yesterday. And the most likely outcome was a lower high compared to the high of yesterday. I guess that would be 3,770. And we got a higher low compared to the pivot low of yesterday at 3,652. And we broke that lower pivot high, changing the hourly trend. Once the hourly trend is changed, the daily bounces in. So by the futures chart, we know that the bounce for the broader market is in fact in. So what we are looking for is still the most likely outcome would be the SPY topping out lower than the high of yesterday at 375.45. Make a lower high compared to that and a higher low compared to the pivot low of today at 364.82. Then we would likely see a bounce, hopefully a break if the bulls really want it, a break of that lower pivot high, changing the daily trend back into the bulls' favor. So we'll see what happens. On the dollar, so we were watching yesterday's low or high to break. I was applauding the dollar bulls yesterday with a huge bounce day, but they gave every cent of it back today. Fortunately for the asset bulls, unfortunately for the asset bulls, they did not break the low of yesterday. However, they are still looking quite weak. I was saying yesterday that with this bounce, the most likely outcome would have been a higher low and then a potential for the hourly trend change breakout. However, we gave back all the move, bounce at the low of yesterday, and we'll see what happens overnight and into tomorrow. But it is good to see that the dollar and the market still inversely correlated, and hopefully the asset bulls can continue on a rally. QQQ inside bar day, watching the high at 312.14 or the low at 308.29 for directional confirmation. Pivot low for the bulls is yesterday's low at 305.18, and the pivot high is 315.29. Bulls need to defend this 305 level and break that 315.29 level. Still in a daily uptrend, making higher highs and higher lows. So things are still looking good for the Qs. Similar to SPY, so we have the big drop looking for a lower high compared to the 315.29 level, a higher low compared to 305.18, and then a breakout of that lower pivot high wherever it lies. Looking at the NQ, the QQQ futures, we have changed that hourly trend. So bounces in, and we'll see what the bulls can do. IWM, forming another inside bar day, however, much more bullish than the other sectors. Strong bounce out of the gate today. Bulls need to defend this 109.94 level, and ultimately break this 201.18 level. So this is the range that the IWM bulls are playing in. On the hourly chart, so we made the low, lower high, which is the most likely outcome based on the size of this drop, a lower low, confirming daily consolidation, and an hourly trend change for the bears. But we had a very strong bounce today. So the most likely outcome would be a higher low compared to 90, 94, and hopefully we can change that daily trend back into the bulls' favor. Right now we are in a little downtrend. We break over this 190.94 level. All is good in IWM land. But again, looking for the high of today, 197.62, or the low of 193.07 to break for directional confirmation. SMH, strong bounce back day after a atrocious candle yesterday. Like I was saying, we broke out of this bullish pennant. Tons of strength in the morning. However, all of the assets fell flat on their face, and subsequently so did SMH. But a very strong candle today. Nice inside bar, watching the high at 222.90 and the low of 218.45. On the hourly chart, big gap up. Got the low. And now we are trying to figure out if we're going to make a lower high and continue in this equilibrium, or if the bulls have enough strength to just V-shape out of that and break the high of yesterday. But we will see. Strong candle nonetheless. Watch the high and low. Tan making another run at this now triple top, right around the 107.45 level. The 23rd of December candle is a little bit lower, 107.33. However, that triple top is causing the bulls on tan some grief. Bulls need to defend this 97.64 pivot low. If they do decide to pull back from this top, they've carved out enough room where a higher low is the most likely outcome, and then hopefully we can break that, what would then be almost a quad top. But IWM bulls again forming an inside bar day, so watch the high at 106.89 and the low at 103.72 for directional confirmation in the days to come. XLV, so looking very strong out of this broader wedge triangle pattern. Broke the high of yesterday, good to see. Still need to break the pivot high of 114.41. If we can see that break tomorrow or the day after, if the broader market sectors are strong, then that would be a very good sign for the healthcare sector. XLF, not as strong as its partner. I guess I shouldn't say they're partners, but not as strong as XLV. Breaking out of this pattern here, had a bit of a rejection yesterday, and an inside bar day today, so we watch the high and low for directional confirmation in the days to come. Squeezing out a little bit of an uptrend. You can see high, higher low. Hopefully we can see a break. Key pivot for the bulls to break is going to be 29.60, and they need to hold the low of yesterday, 28.83. So keep those levels on watch for the XLF bulls. XBI still pulling back from an inside bar. Again, watch the higher low to break for directional confirmation. Key pivot that the bulls need to defend is 135.28. And ultimately, key level that they need to break is 152.70. Based on the size of this pullback, the most likely outcome is a lower high compared to 152.70, a higher low compared to wherever a base is, let's just call it for now, hypothetically 138.94, yesterday's low, and then we will continue in this equilibrium for however long until the bulls are ready or the bears are ready to break. Take a look on the hourly chart, still in an hourly downtrend. We need this pivot of 142.52 to break. So we see a little bit of strength, a retest, and hopefully a hold, at least a higher low compared to the low of 138.91. And then if we can break that top, hourly trend changes in. and so is the daily bounce. I had a really good day today. It was good to see all of the positions I was in yesterday finally recover. Little bit of a eye opener watching that market sell off yesterday, but nonetheless recovered well. Positioned myself in a couple other stocks. Still watching those cannabis names. Take a look. So on my main watch right now, Dix. So breakout today, good volume. Looking for a small pullback and an entry tomorrow. Uber, nice breakout today. Looking for an entry tomorrow. TLRY, looking for an entry again tomorrow. Same with ACB. BMY looks poised to break out. Very nice hammer candle today. Good volume all around. WBA waiting for that earnings report. Still looks like I got a little bit more time left in this pattern before it breaks out, but keeping a close eye. But you get the gist of it. Those are my top watches for the rest of the week. I hope you all had a good day trading, and I will talk to you tomorrow.